Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Had a fun live stream last night talking about week one of fall camp, and we were going to talk 20, 30 minutes about fall camp. Then we're going to kind of jump into some preseason rankings. We were going to talk a little recruiting, but we had such a good conversation, man. Anytime you get Foul Me and Coach Jay on the channel, they're going to talk ball, and it was a lot of fun, and we went an hour just talking about week one of fall camp, the quarterback competition, the injuries, the wide receivers, the offensive line, everything going on. If you missed that live stream, go back and give it a watch. But I wanted to talk a little recruiting last night, and we didn't get around to it, so we're going to do it today. Can Tennessee get across the finish line with some of these big-time prospects? You can look right now currently. Tennessee sitting at 12th in the On3 industry rankings. It's a top-heavy class, right? You got 55% blue-chip ratio, but you got 5 guys currently ranked inside the top 100. Faison Brandon, Celeste Moa, Joel Wyatt, Braden Rouse, TJ White. But what does Tennessee have to do? For you watching this video, put it in the comment section. What does Tennessee have to do down the stretch here to consider this class elite? Guys, you're still targeting number 1 running back in the country, Savion Hyder. You're targeting the number 1 interior offensive lineman in the country, Darius Gray. You're also trying to flip the number 1 ranked wide receiver in the country, Tristan Keys. Do they got to get 2 out of those 3 guys? Would you be happy with just 1 of those guys? Who's the priority for you? Man, trying to balance this NIL money. Where would you spend the money down the stretch to get across with Savion Hyder, Darius Gray, Tristan Keys? There's also a potential flip target out there that I want to talk about. But first, let's talk about Darius Gray, 5-star interior offensive lineman. Again, the number 1 ranked interior offensive lineman in the country and ranked 22nd nationally. So just an elite guy. He's scheduled to come off the board on August the 22nd at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's Clemson, it's LSU, Ohio State, South Carolina, and Tennessee. But a lot of people think that this is LSU and South Carolina at the top and Tennessee on the outside looking in. Now, about a week and a half ago, Steve Wiltfong still had South Carolina at the top. He said Tennessee was increasing their intensity. He said they were making a charge. But what changed? Because it really seems like for Darius Gray, it feels like Tennessee is starting to fade off a little bit. Even Austin Price over at VolQuest has kind of said Tennessee is fading, but they're still having some conversations. Wiltfong put out an update yesterday. I said most of the sources I talked to feel South Carolina is the program to beat for Darius Gray, but nobody is ruling out LSU, who I believe is gearing up for one more final run at the elite prospects. Brian Kelly's track record of offensive line development, the relationship with the offensive line coach, Brad Davis, and the Tigers being a dream school has them in the 2 spot. Goes on to say, what has South Carolina sitting at number 1? Shane Beamer, he's led the charge in his recruitment, created an environment around the team Gray loves being around, and has put the Gamecocks on a trajectory where Ballyhooed Road Grader believes can compete for a college football playoff spot and beyond. Now, you got to wonder again, and I mentioned this earlier, how is Tennessee budgeting their NIL money? Where are they willing to spend? You're in on some big-time guys, and again, you're still trying to flip the number 1 ranked wide receiver. You're trying to get across the finish line with the number 1 ranked running back. Do you overpay? Do you overspend on the number 1 ranked interior offensive lineman? You know, I've said when we added Sam Pendleton, I've said when we added Wendell Moore Jr., what I like about those guys is that they're young, but they've also got some experience. So you've got some guys in that room. Now, you still got to recruit every single cycle. I understand that. But something we've heard the guys over at VolQuest say is Tennessee wants to recruit tackle bodies and then figure it out later. If they need to move a tackle to the inside, they can do that. But is South Carolina overspending on Darius Gray? And again, should Tennessee overspend on an interior offensive lineman? What are your thoughts on that? Because that's exactly what South Carolina did on 4-star offensive tackle Kamari Blair. Tennessee was in it down the stretch, but he now could be on flip watch. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Savion Hyder, and we're going to talk about Tristan Keys. But first, I need you guys to do that YouTube stuff for me. Just smash the thumbs up down there below the video. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. We're not experts here. We're not insiders. We're not media. We're not reporters. We don't pretend to be that. We don't fake that. We don't act like we've got inside information that you guys don't. We are exactly what you are watching the show. It's for the fans, by the fans. If you like it, subscribe, click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Going to be live on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to be our first fan call-in members-only stream. So if you're not a member of the channel, you can hit the join button down below. It's only $1. It's $1 a month. That's it. So 4 shows on Sunday, 25 cents per show. come hang out, members only stream fan calling show. That's when you get to come on and drive the show because we're in football season mode. We're moving the EA Sports College Football streams from Sunday night to Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Come hang out for that as well. But let's jump into it. Let's talk about Kamari Blair because, again, a guy that Tennessee was very much in it for. But you see there on the screen, he committed to South Carolina. He's a four-star offensive tackle, 6'6", 280 pounds. Clarksville, Tennessee. Again, an in-state kid. Doesn't look good when you lose an in-state kid to South Carolina. He's ranked 274th nationally. Inside that on 300. Again, commits to South Carolina over Tennessee and Ole Miss. And, it was weird recruitment. Ole Miss led most of the way, but it got really interesting the last 48 hours or so. Some had Ole Miss and South Carolina at the top. Others had Tennessee and South Carolina at the top. AP over at VolQuest put out the narrative that around 24 hours before that decision that South Carolina was willing to overpay. They had missed on a lot of recruits down the stretch, and they were willing to overpay to get Kamari Blair in the boat. So that also makes me look at Darius Gray. What are they spending on Darius Gray? How does that impact Kamari Blair? Again, Ole Miss led most of the race. The last 2 days, pretty wild with that recruitment. Steve Wiltfong back in July after the Vols landed Joel Wyatt. He said this about Kamari Blair. He said Tennessee lost at the buzzer to South Carolina in the recruitment of four-star offensive tackle Kamari Blair. But the Vols continue to pursue the Kirkwood High standout after prioritizing him earlier this summer and quickly building a relationship with him. Now, he said that in some quotes, absolutely fell in love with Glenn Ellerbe. The relationships at Tennessee matter. Now, they didn't matter at the time of the commitment, right? The NIL deal, was it too much to turn down? Somebody asked Austin Price on the General's quarters last night if he thought Kamari Blair was a flip candidate. Here's what he said. He said, I think it's doable. In my opinion, the kid wants to be here. Tennessee will play the long game. So, again, can Tennessee flip Kamari Blair? Can relationships win out in the end? We'll see. We'll follow it. We'll keep you guys up to date. You guys know I want to talk about Savion Hyder and Tristan Keys, two of the top guys on the board for Tennessee. Savion Hyder, 5-star running back, number 1 ranked running back in the country, ranked just outside the top 10, 11th nationally. You see there from Hayes Fawcett. He's going to announce his commitment on August the 19th. The number 1 running back in the 26th class will choose between Michigan, Ohio State, Georgia, and Tennessee. Now, all signs indicate this is Michigan and Tennessee at the top. It's an interesting one, man. The Braden Rouse commitment was a lot of fun because nobody knew where he was going. Nobody had a clue. They didn't tell the coaches until just a few minutes before the decision came out, and it's very similar with Savion Hyder, even more so. He doesn't talk to the media. He doesn't do interviews. He went to Twitter at one point and said, I don't know where you guys get your news because I've not done a single interview. So he plays his cards close to the vest, doesn't talk a lot. Nobody really knows where he is going. However, Steve Wiltfong said, I still think Michigan is in strong position for the top-ranked running back Savion Hyder, but nobody knows what he's going to do. Tennessee is certainly giving the 5-star a lot to think about. Now, Austin Price continues to give Tennessee that little nod, right? That little slight edge. Everybody always wants AP to give them a percentage. What's the percentage we land Hyder? I've heard him say 51%. I've heard him say 58%. This thing is a coin toss, but AP feels like Tennessee is the team to watch, and Steve Wiltfong feels like Michigan is the team to watch. Again, a kid that doesn't talk. We saw it with Celeste Moa. Same deal with Celeste Moa. Steve Wiltfong was trusting his sources and felt like Utah was going to get him across the finish line, but it was the Vols in the end. Bottom line is they feel like Tennessee has remained in good contact with Savion Hyder. They built the relationship, but as of now, the decision has been made. The coaching staffs have not been informed, so we're going to find out on August the 19th. We'll cover it live right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network, so make sure you guys are dialed in for that as well. Another important one, another big one. Again, what are you gauging this class on? Is it Savion Hyder? Is it Tristan Keys? Is it Darius Gray? Is it 2 of the 3? Is it 1 of the 3? What is going to make you say, well, that's an elite class? That's the best class Josh Heupel has recruited at Tennessee. Or for you to say, well, we struck out again. Josh Heupel can't recruit. Tristan Keys. Rivals Steve Wiltfong has the latest on 5-star LSU commit Tristan Keys as the Tigers try to fend off other SEC programs. Again, this is another instance where AP and Steve Wiltfong are kind of on opposite pages here. Again, the number 1 ranked wide receiver in the country, 6'2", 185 pounds, ranked 7th nationally. Guys, when we talk about moving the needle, Tristan Keys ranked 7th nationally. Savion Hyder ranked 11th nationally. Kamari Blair ranked inside the on 300. Darius Gray ranked 22nd nationally. When you've already got 5 guys 5 guys committed in this class of 26 that are ranked inside the top 100. You get me Tristan Keys, you get me Savion Hodder, and let's go play football. You guys know the story, man. He was trending to Tennessee, but he commits to LSU. The last couple of months, it's been just wait and see. Everybody's saying it's happening. Everybody's asking when. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. But the longer this thing draws out, do you find yourself saying, is Tristan Keys even going to flip? And that's what Steve Wiltfong is saying. Steve Wiltfong is saying that the buzz going around is that LSU is going to keep him in their class. Now, Austin Price kind of disagrees. AP on the Ball Quest podcast this week said, I don't see him decommitting. I think he'll just flip and say where he's going. The odds of flipping are greater than 50%. And if he does flip, I see Tennessee over Texas A&M. The relationship with Kelsey Pope is a big one here. Those are the 4 big targets left on the board, 3 big targets and 1 on potential flip watch. What are your thoughts? Again, I want to know, man, what do you guys think makes this class an elite class? 2 of the 3? 3 of the 4? If you include Kamari Blair there, and there's going to be some guys pop up. There will be a couple of guys pop out throughout the course of the fall, other possible flip candidates that Tennessee is working. But I wanted to put out a quick video, give you guys a little recruiting update. Back to business as usual. Again, live on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Tuesday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're doing our regular Talkin VAWLS live show every single Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. The morning shows, Monday morning, Friday morning, they'll be coming back the week of kickoff. So the week prior to the Syracuse games, those morning shows. Eric Kane will be hanging out on Mondays. Me, Coach Jay, going to be doing the Friday morning show. Going to be a lot of fun, but that's going to do it for this one. Smash the thumbs up on the way out the door. Go check out the brand new TN theme merchandise, bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. And once again, thank you to everybody that has supported the GoFundMe. You can see we're bouncing back. My office is about halfway back to normal. The other side of the house still got a lot of work to do, but I'm grateful for everybody that has supported that GoFundMe. I'll continue to put the link in the description and in the comments, but thank you guys for the support. That is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.